Hello and welcome to another Game Nexus arcade video. Today we're going to be taking a look at my latest purchase, which as of this recording, this is Sunday, basically this is a week and a day after I received this. I found this on Facebook Marketplace, and the seller of this particular arcade cabinet, which as you can see is a full-scale dedicated Virtua Fighter arcade cabinet, was like 37 minutes away from me and was willing to actually bring it here. Now the cabinet is in pretty good shape, as you can see. I might get some glue and glue the corner of this side art so it doesn't peel. Some of the corners of the cabinet aren't the best. I might do something in the future, but I don't have a plan right now at this immediate moment to take care of that. But as you can see, the side art looks nice. Marquee actually looks better than the one that I had from my Virtua Fighter board. And now the funny part about this is the seller had listed this particular cabinet as not working because the actual board, the actual cabinet did not fire up when the seller tried. But when I plugged this in and turned it on, everything just works just fine. The only thing that's really wrong with it is the left speaker up here doesn't seem to work. At first it worked a little bit, but then eventually it made a lot of noise, so I might need to replace that. When you first start it up, there's a little bit of lines on the top, but as the monitor kind of is on for a while, they kind of go away. It doesn't look nearly as nice on video as it does in person, of course. And I might have to mess with the brightness on the monitor a little bit. But before I go any further, just to give you a little bit of a look here of what it looks like. I have the door off at the moment because it's having a little bit of an issue going back on. It looks like it may have been in a moist area. You can see the back there. But eventually I'll get that back on. You can see here's the CRT. There's the soundboard and the sound amp. And then of course over here is the Model 1. The really big power supply, isolation transformer, and all the fun stuff. And then there's the little Sega seal on the back. And inside the cabinet was the instruction manual in this little plastic thing. And you'll see original control panel. Looks pretty nice. I don't know if I ever showed it in one of the videos, but I did actually purchase a Virtua Fighter control panel. So that's one thing I'm going to do, is see if the one that I have in my attic is actually of better quality than this one. The only thing I'm really looking at is the edge here, where it's kind of scraped a bit. If mine looks better than that, I'll swap it out for this one. And of course, all Virtua Fighter cabinets have this thing where that Shiba guy is Akira. And that's just a common thing, but I'm glad all the surround art here is really nice. No real problem with that. And no, the monitor does not flicker. It's just doing that because I'm sure the camera on my cell phone here is a bit faster or slower or whatever it is. It's just not in sync with the screen. But the only real problem when it comes to anything is the coin mech here is kind of messed up. And that I'm going to have to address at some point if I ever wanted to accept coins. But yeah, as you can see, everything seems to be working just fine. Except for one jarring thing. There's no marquee light. So what I actually did when I was first dealing with the sound problem, I actually pulled this out of my box of boards. That's the exact same sound amp is in there, so it's kind of good. I have a full set of this game if I ever have a problem. My Virtua Fighter board, this sound amp, the sound board, and everything. You'll see this is the tube that came in it, and then this is the tube that I bought at the store. So what I'm going to do right now is take off the screws to get the marquee off. It's legitimately 5 Phillips screws in the top here, and then this bar comes off and the marquee slides out, and then you just legitimately take the bulb and just slot it in there and turn it, and that lets the light bulb work. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the camera on the tripod here, take apart this whole thing, and see if we can get some light on our Virtua Fighter marquee. So I'm gonna just pause the video here, take that apart, turn off the cabinet, of course, and then we will plug it back in and see if we have a lighted marquee then. So it'll just be a minute. Okay, I got a bit of a better angle for you here. Now, as you can see, all you gotta do is pull this little bar off here, slide out the marquee very carefully because this is glass, which I'll probably do off camera, and then we'll put the new light bulb in here and we'll see if it works. Okay, and as you can see, the fluorescent tube that I got from Lowe's did the trick. I was able to put that in, and I'll try to get a decent view on here. I'll probably take a picture and like insert it, because on the camera the marquee looks overly bright, but in real life it looks perfect. So I'll probably just take a nice picture and just like throw it here. The only other thing I want to do on this is well, other than fix that like left speaker that's not firing that I had mentioned, is, and of course the control panel, if the one I have upstairs in the attic is better than the one on here, I'll swap it out. But what I want to do is take one of my Neo Geo extension cables and actually splice it into the control panel, meaning I'll just basically clip each of the contacts, and then I'll be able to plug in a controller and just play the game with the controller. And it'll be just the way that I like to play the game, a little bit better than with the joystick. But that'll be all for this segment, and then in the next one I'll just position the camera and do a quick bit of gameplay here. Oh, and if you didn't notice, I'll flash it on the screen right now. When I first got this, there was a sticker here. You can kind of see the outline a little bit, but I was able to peel that off a little bit nicely. I'll see if I can get the last of this residue off, but it was just like a white sticker. I'm guessing it says like AMA protected or something, but it had lost all its color and it was just a white sticker covering the corner here. But that's all gone now, and yeah, it's looking pretty nice. As I said, I will check that panel and see if the one I have is better than this one, and I will see if I can do that thing with the controller. If not in this video, I might do it in another video where I show you that. So I'll go to my final segment where I just show you like a brief bit of gameplay here. Okay, this is just going to be like a quick off-the-screen gameplay I'm going to do, just to add on to the end of the video here. The parts where I'm going to add the switch out the control panel and add in the controls for the joysticks. I think I'll do that in another video, but just to show you how everything works, I'm just going to quickly do a little bit of gameplay here. Just hit the start button. And as I said, the screen probably needs a little bit of brightening, but so far it's looking pretty good. And as I had said before, I'm typically better at playing the game with a control pad, so I'll do that wiring of the control pad in with the joystick. How I basically will flip up the control panel and just use an alligator clip on one of my Neo Geo extension cables and just connect it to each of the contacts here. But that'll be kind of something for another day, as well as replacing that speaker that I mentioned is bad. But as you can see, everything's working like a charm. And as I had said in my earlier in this video, I'm actually glad that the board on this cabinet works. So legitimately my set is now like an extra, the one that I had that I'd featured in all my earlier videos. So if there's any problem with any of the hardware in the cabinet, I legitimately have spares of everything. But the funny thing is, even with one speaker not firing, I turned up the volume under the control panel and everything just sounds so nice. I think I'm thinking either contrast or brightness on the monitor needs to be turned up, but honestly, I just haven't went to the actual monitor and messed with anything. And if you have looked at any of this footage that I've done so far, the those actual lines that were on the top of the screen here kind of have disappeared, so I'm guessing it's just the monitor warming up. As before owning this cabinet, which I can honestly make mention, it sold for a lot less than I thought it would ever pay for a full-scale arcade cabinet. This is my first arcade monitor I've ever owned, but basically the gist here is everything is working just fine, no real problems, and yeah, looking forward to doing more with this cabinet, and as I said, putting in that control harness, putting in the new speaker and everything. But yeah, that'll be another Game Nexus arcade video for now, just showing off my new Virtua Fighter arcade cabinet here. Now with the working marquee light after replacing the old fluorescent tube here, which I'm not sure how I get rid of that, but I'll see if it goes in recycle or garbage or what. But as you can see, the system right now is showing the previous fight, which was just now. But yeah, very fun game, very nice cabinet for what I paid. And as I said, in future videos I'll show you more that I'll be doing with this. That's my tripod here. But yeah, this has been another Game Nexus arcade video, and I shall see you later. And yes, if you're wondering, these cabinets are very heavy, and that thing is like more than 6 foot tall, because I'm like 5'10", and that's like maybe half a foot above me. But yeah, very big cabinet, very heavy. But this has been another Game Nexus arcade video, and I shall see you later. Oh, and if you're wondering, there's all my like 3D printed action figures. Bye!